acquisition. Now, the court made it clear to the Bangalore Development Authority, or the BDA, which acquired land for the layout, that it should only consider requests for denotification of land falling in these categories as on the date of preliminary notification.
From the day of preliminary notification till the modified scheme is submitted to the court. Terms of reference ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ ನೋಡ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು terms of ಈಗ ರಿಟೈರ್ಡ್ ಹೈಕೋರ್ಟ್ ಜಡ್ಜ್ ಇಂದ ಉಚ್ಚ ನ್ಯಾಯಾಲಯದ ಜಡ್ಜು ರಿಟೈರ್ಡ್ ಹೈಕೋರ್ಟ್ ಜಡ್ಜ್ ಇಂದ ನಾವು ನ್ಯಾಯಾಂಗ ತನಿಖೆ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಸರ್ಕಾರ ತೀರ್ಮಾನ ತಗೊಂಡಿದೆ. ಆ ಆದೇಶವನ್ನು ಹೊರಡಿಸ್ತೀವಿ. ಟೈಮ್ ಫ್ರೇಮ್ ಹಾಕ್ತೀವಿ. ಟರ್ಮ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ರೆಫರೆನ್ಸ್ ಹಾಕುವಾಗ ಅವೆಲ್ಲ ಟೈಮ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಹಾಕ್ತೀವಿ.
Now, while that was the scene in the House, the BJP workers staged a protest against the denotification of the Arkavati land in front of the BDA complex. The leader of opposition in the assembly, Jagdish Shetty, has stated or alleged that the revised layout plan notified by the BDA in June this year had excluded 983 acres and now covered just 1,766 acres. He said huge tracts have been denotified using the nurseries category. The records show not a single nursery existed in the 16 villages that came under the preliminary notification. In 101 cases, denotification had been allowed, showing land as built up, and in 12 cases by claiming they house factories. Jagdish Shetty said he had resisted pressure from officials and other lobbies to denotify lands when he was the chief minister. Now, the Belgavi police have arrested 6 persons in connection with the stone-throwing incident at Yellur village. Now, this is according to Dr. Chandragupta, the Belgavi SP. He said that 10 policemen have sustained injuries in the stone pelting. The police also undertook a nakabandi to ensure that no mischief mongers enter the border village. In the interim, the Karnataka High Court has adjourned the hearing on the controversial milestone PIL. The government lawyer has clarified that the controversial milestone has been demolished. The next hearing is due on the 4th of August. Curfew has been imposed in Belgavi city, Panni and Khanapur towns. This has been extended till midnight of the 29th of July. The curfew had been imposed after protesters in Yellur village turned violent and engaged in stone pelting. The protesters were up in arms after the district administration demolished a milestone indicating that the village was part of Maharashtra. Additional reinforcements were rushed to ensure that the law and order situation is maintained. Meanwhile, the Karnataka government special officer Hemant Nimbalkar is camping in Belgavi and is also helping the district administration. In fact, we saw what happened yesterday when the protesters started to pelt stones on journalists, Kannadiga journalists, and also the police. The police went on a rampage. Thereafter, the riot police were let loose, and we saw finally what happened. Many policemen as well as protesters were injured, that is, in what later took place. Meanwhile, Kannada Chaluvali Paksha chief Vatal Nagaraj staged a protest in front of Kengal Hanumantaya statue in Vidhan Sauda. Vatal Nagaraj demanded stringent action against the miscreants who are responsible for destroying peace in the Belgavi region. In fact, this protest took place right inside the Vidhan Sauda. Atal Nagaraj demanded stringent action against the miscreants who are responsible for destroying peace in Belgavi district. You can see members of Atal Nagaraj's party not allowing the police van to actually move forward, many of them standing right on top of it. Police had no other option but actually to move, regardless of what was happening. Now, in another shocking incident, a software engineer has alleged she was sexually assaulted by 3 people on the 27th of July. The incident reportedly took place at the Jaimal Hotel, where the techie had gone to participate in a wine mela. The offenders touched the techie improperly, forcing her to file a case with the JC Nagar police. The offenders have now been booked under sections 354 of the Indian Penal Code, under which they could either get a jail term of 2 years or fine or both. In fact, it's another shocking incident of molestation, if one could call it. A software engineer has alleged she was sexually assaulted by 3 people on the 27th of July. The incident reportedly took place at the Jaimal Hotel, where the techie had gone to participate in a wine mela. The offenders touched her, the techie that is, improperly, forcing her to file a case with the JC Nagar police. The offenders have been booked under section 354 of the IPC, under which they could either get a jail term of 2 years or fine or both. Now, Block Education Officer or BEO of South Range 1, K. Prakash, visited the Sri Sri Ravi Shankar Vidya Mandir at Kanakpura following an incident of inappropriate behavior of a teacher reported on the premises of the school. BEO Prakash was accompanied by Child Helpline member Balraj. Now, the two spoke to students and parents also to take stock of the situation. BEO K. Prakash said that a thorough inquiry will be conducted on the matter in consultation with officials. The teacher in question, Arifullah, a physical instructor in the school, was sent on long leave as punishment. This incident comes close on the heels of the rape of a minor girl by a skating instructor at Vidgyor High School at Marathahalli. Now, he looted several national banks in Bengaluru and now he has been nabbed by the Shimoga police. The man, identified as SP Sridhar, had accumulated money after providing false documents to national banks. Now, he has cheated various banks to the tune of 8 crore rupees. It is learned that following a complaint, Jayanagar was on a lookout for the accused, but following his arrest, he managed to hoodwink the cops and escape. Now, the Shimoga police have successfully nabbed the accused in Bhadravati of Shimoga district. Reportedly, 50 complaints had been registered against Sridhar at various police stations across the city. Now, beware of drinking water in Victoria Layout. The water here is smelly and the colour of the water is very different. The residents claim that the water has been consistently bad over a period of time. The residents have fallen ill with many cases of diarrhea and tummy problems. The residents have raised the issue with the local corporator, and the corporator even claimed that the issue was rectified, but the water continued to be black and smelly. Well, my colleague Bansi Kalapa managed to speak to the residents of Victoria Layout, who have been struggling for quite some time.
This is Victoria Layout, one of the city's premier layouts, and this area has suffered from chronic water contamination. Now the residents are out here outside their houses, they are all gathered. Each one of them is aggrieved that the water in their locality has gone bad, and this is not today's problem. It's been consistently bad for a few months now. They've gone before the authorities. In fact, there is a letter here which they've written to the BWSSB executive engineer, but all this has not really helped. Let's really speak to them to find out what they have to say. Well, you're a resident here. Sure. What is your grievance?
Sir, what is happening is from past 1 month, all the sewage water has been mixed with corporation water, drinking water, and we have gone and approached them also. We've given a number of complaints, as you see the complaint, but nobody is bothered. Okay. So every time what we have to do is we have to get the tank cleaned and pay money and get other water tankers.
Okay. And when you mean water is bad, what do you mean by water is bad?
It's brown color and it smells really bad. You can't even, it stinks. My daughter's not been going to school for past 1 week. Her stomach is out. She's got loose motion. We went to the doctor. This is what all the houses here, this is the same problem. You can ask even that baby there. You can ask that kid there. This is what it is.
This is the problem. Stomach upset, loose motion. Your child is not well?
Yeah, she's not well for the last 6 months. I've been telling them. They are saying we are doing. Nothing is happening. We are spending 2,000 rupees to clean the overhead tank and the sump. I'm cleaning every week once. In spite of that, there's nothing happening.
You have a problem also?
Yeah, exactly the same as what my other residents have said. The water is very turbid and it smells. And there's a lot of dirt in the water. You can see the dirt that comes out, and it's not drinkable at all.
And then we have Mrs. Francis here, someone who resides in this house. How bad is the problem in your place? You have a huge file that you're carrying because I believe some of your people have been trying to fight for good water.
The water is so bad. All the household the children are all sick. And this is not portable to drink also. We buy water, tank waters and all, and using it.
Okay, so the residents of this area, this is 8th Cross Victoria Layout, all these residents live mostly on this road, and this is not specific to this area alone. This problem is specific to Victoria Layout, and water has been contaminated here for a very long time. The corporator Shiv Kumar has assured them that this contamination has been fixed, but in spite of it, this contamination continues. People have been falling ill with a variety of stomach-related issues, digestive issues, and will the problem be solved in the coming days is the big question. With camera person Shivanand, this is Bansi for News 9.
In fact, you can clearly see that this is the water the people in Victoria Layout, a very popular layout in the city, have to manage with on a daily basis. Now, in spite of complaints, they say that the corporator tells them that the problem has been rectified, but day in and day out, they still have to manage with this. You can clearly see the residents over there showing us exactly the condition of the water that comes out from their tap.